So, the new season of BattleBots is right around the corner. It's literally in 3 days. And with a new season comes a new champion. So, that's what this video is about. Here are 10 robots that I think have a good chance of winning BattleBots 2022. Coming in at number 10, we have Black Dragon. So, the new Black Dragon appears to have it has a new paint scheme, and it seems to have new armor and new configurations. So Black Dragon's always been durable, which is always a pro for having a robot win a championship, which is part of the reason why Tantrum and Season 1 by Force won the championship, because they were durable enough to survive. Unlike those two, Black Dragon has an actual weapon. So, and it has Brazilian wheels, which are even more durable than regular wheels. And it's got a flamethrower, which helps with judges' decisions and KOs. And also, I really like this new design. It is so cool. Here at the number 9 spot, we have Tantrum. So, Tantrum is the defending world champion. They just don't really... They kind of got lucky with their fights. Because they probably should have lost to Rotator. They probably should have lost to Lucky. They should have lost to Hydra. And they don't really have a weapon. They do have a weapon, but it's just not a damaging weapon, which is kind of what you need to win a championship. I just don't really think that they're winning back-to-back titles because, yeah, I know they're a brick, I know they can survive stuff, and I know they're probably going to get a hex bug because they've got a face, but really I don't see them winning again. And the number 8 spot goes to Copperhead. So you're probably thinking, why Copperhead over Tantrum? Now, the reason being, Copperhead's also built like a brick, but Copperhead, unlike Tantrum, it hits like a truck, and when you get hit by it, you know you've been hit by it. Also, its drum is low to the ground, so it hits underneath the more meta vertical spinners, and it can destroy them, like it nearly did with Witch Doctor, and it really nearly beat Witch Doctor, who is one of the best teams in the world. Also, Copperhead is redonkulously durable. They haven't even been damaged since 2019 when they fought Chronos, and I forgot how that happened, but it did. And since then, Copperhead's just been doing better and better. But the only real counter to it is one robot known as Mammoth. But yeah, other than that, Copperhead's great, and they've got a decent chance at winning. At number 7, here we have Blip. Now, Blip, of course, the other team seems reasonable robot, and in my opinion, the better of the two. Hear me out. So, Blip, it's a flipper, which means that it's able to launch its opponents to Brazil. And Blip's also super durable, which is kind of needed when you're waving your face into your opponents and launching them in the air. So, Blip's also really low to the ground, and the only robot that really beat it last year was Hydra and Hypershock, which both of them are coming up on the list. Wait, I need to check that. But yeah, Blip's really good, and it seems to be even better than last year, which means that it's probably going to go further, and it went really good last year. So yeah. So, you probably wouldn't expect Hypershock to have been on a list like this a few years ago. But Hypershock has been so upgraded that it's kind of crazy. Like, did you see what it did to Gigabyte, Dark, Mad Catter, Scorpios, and also what it did to Lockjaw? And I know you're going to say, oh, but it only won because of an out of the arena. It was still winning, and it probably still would have won even if they hadn't thrown Lockjaw out of the arena. Also, they've probably upgraded their reliability, and that's probably a good thing because their weapon broke in their fight against P1, which is the one they lost in the championship. So yeah, Hypershock is at number 6. So, starting off the top 5, we have Sawboys. Now, the new Sawboys looks really good. Like, it looks like it can survive more than ever. And durability wasn't really an issue last year. So, it seems to have gotten wheel guards. It still has a thing for the fourth fork, but it doesn't show it in the picture. And it's got Brazilian wheels, which is to replace their old wheels, which is what got destroyed in their fight against Witch Doctor, which was one of the 2 they lost, the other one being to EndGame, which was probably one of the shortest fights ever. And I feel like it could have been longer and went in Sawboys' favour if it had have gone for longer. But yeah, the new Sawboys looks great. They have a good chance of winning, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win. So, Cobalt did really well last year, and they did rather well in 2019. Now they've got the 2 teams combined, Robotic Death Company and Team Carbide, working together on the same robot, and both teams have won a lot of championships, and my god, is this gonna just... I feel like Cobalt is probably gonna be one of the main robots to watch out for. Like, this thing is probably gonna rip up, like, if it versed Tantrum again, I don't think I'd be surprised if Cobalt won, because I mean, you've got 2 of the best teams in the world working on it. Also, it's still super destructive, and yeah, this is one to watch out for. So, EndGame is it's probably one of the best robots in the world, if not the best. So, it's won the Golden Ball, and it's won the 2020 World Championship. It's also rather durable, and it seems to only be getting better and better. Like, it took out Witch Doctor twice last year, it took out the Champion, it took out a lot of robots. And I know it did lose to Minotaur, but apparently they're working on a way for it to be able to survive judges' decisions better. Don't know if that will really work, but hey, if it does, then EndGame might pull a bite force and wait a season to win again, and then win the next one, and the next one, and keep going on forever and ever. So here's my personal favourite robot, and I might call me biased, but I think Deathwall's amazing. Like, it's stupidly durable, and it's got a really good weapon. Like, this thing is... So, in 2019, the last time I saw it, it survived EndGame, it survived Witch Doctor, it survived a lot, and it won every fight except the one against Witch Doctor, and it nearly won it. Like, I believe it was a split decision, and Witch Doctor nearly got counted out, and hey, I think it could have beat Bite Force, Deathroll. So, Also, they've probably got fork attachments. It's probably more durable than ever. And this time, they might have brought some spares, which is what really let them down last time. So, yeah, that's Death Roll. It's really good, and I can't wait to see it. In terms of honorable mentions, we have Hydra, probably one of the best flippers in the world. I think I slightly goofed up on my thing and forgot to put it on here, but yeah, it gets an honorable mention. Same with Whiplash. Hopefully they bring back the spinner. It was greatly missed last year, and I feel like it could do better with its spinner on. Then we have Glitch, co-rookies of the year. I think that Glitch, I mean, they probably still have their fork attachments, but that weapon hits like a truck. Like, you do not want to get hit by it. Then we have Emulsifier. You're probably wondering why it's on here. Just watch some Norwalk Havoc Live videos. Emulsifier is really good at winning that. Then we have Revolt, Resident Frogbot, and Revolt, it's really powerful. It's cool. I like it. It's a frog. For goodness sake, just let the frog win. As a surprise to no one, number one, of course, is Witch Doctor. It's just a good robot. Like, did you see its fight against, like, Sawboys? It did well against EndGame. It annihilated Hypershock and Glitch. It's done really well, and it's a good robot, durable, good driver, and I like it. It looks cool. It's got the single weapon blade for the first time since 2015 now, but given what it was doing at the end of the season to other robots with that singular weapon blade, I think it's got a good chance of winning, and yeah, it's probably only been improved since last year, and I can't wait to see it because it looks so good, and it's Witch Doctor. Of course it's gonna make my list. It's one of my favourites. So that wraps up my 10 robots that I think will win. Technically it's 15 because of the honourable mentions, but they're not on the main list, they just got honourable mentions. Some of them, yeah, they could have been on the list, that's why they're honourable mentions. So, yeah, really excited to see the new season of BattleBots, and let me know your opinions down below. And please don't hate on anyone's opinions or my opinions, everyone has their own opinions. And I will see you all in the next one.